Good day everyone, we are the group 6 and our topic is the role of technology in shaping global governance. So objectives: to discuss the technology's impact in global governance, to analyze the influence of technologies in global governance, and to converse technology's challenges in global governance. Technology's impact on global governance. So the first is enhanced communication and collaboration. Technology has revolutionized communication and collaboration among nations. The internet, social media, and video conferencing platforms have facilitated real-time communication and information sharing, enabling governments, international organizations, and civil society groups to work together more effectively. So nga di sa enhanced communication and collaboration, so nowadays technology is very useful in terms of communication and collaboration. So sa trabaho, sa pag-eskwela, so grabe siya kagamit ang technology. Like for example, online class. So technology is useful sa communication ng students ngadto sa instructor. Then kung sa trabaho sab ka, through video conferencing, like for example, taga Philippines ka, then ang mo agencies sa Amerika or nato sa other country. So through video conferencing, collaborate ko gaban sa iyong mga kaiban. And then sa mga international organizations, like for example, may problema nga ni sa ato. So it's because of the help. So because the help of technology, so maka-access dayon kita ng tabang or mahibaw dayon ang nga to sa mga organizations, international organizations sa problem ng isa ka nation. Then second is opportunities for governance. Technology also presents new challenges and opportunities for global governance. The rise of e-commerce and digital currencies has created new opportunities for economic growth and development, but also raises concerns about financial instability and the need for global regulatory frameworks. So nga di sa opportunities for governance. So technology represent siya ng mga opportunities like e-commerce na an example lang ini is GNT or Lazada ba nga na. So tungod sa technology, dili malimit ang ato product sa isa ka nation. So Philippines na product. So it's because of technology ma-share tangan to sa iba na mga nation. Ato siya mabaligya through technology ato ato balitaw like alam ko na mabaligya nato nga sa iban, like for example the GNT na makapalit sab kita ng dili da nga din na product sa ato kung dili apil sab nga to sa iban na country. Then nga sa challenges, so mulugo ang challenges sa technology once na hinay nga signal, so one of the factor. And then also waray imo access sa technology, or let's say waray imo cellphone. It's because of financial instability, waray mo financial. So isa sabihin siya na factor na dili ta makuha ng mga opportunities na ginahatag ng technology. Then third is technology and global power dynamics. Technology is also reshaping global power dynamics. When we say reshaping, so ginautro niya. Sa nagkadugayan nato panahon, nagkautro sa ba nato global power dynamics. Countries that control key technologies such as artificial intelligence. So yun sa global power dynamics. So kung sa una kung magtrabaho kita or sa isa ka factory is mano-mano. So kuman, it's because of the help of technology or artificial intelligence, mas madali na ang trabaho. Yun, mas productive, mas dili kun lang na time consuming, then mas pulido sa bang trabaho. And then also sa education, so dako sabihin siya na tabang ang artificial intelligence. So even today mo ginagamit natin ang mga students. Then examples of technologies influence on global governance. So there are two examples. First is the Paris Agreement on Climate Change. So the use of online platforms and data sharing technologies has facilitated international collaboration in addressing climate change. So it's because tungod sa agreement ng Paris on climate change kay even ang Philippines, so dili kita laong nahawd sa iba na country na makasabay kita sa technology. So maka-admit kita na ang Philippines ngayon is behind kita in terms of technology. So kinahanglan ta na may ato agreement especially on climate change na ato mga technology nga ni sa Philippines is dili kita lang na advance na makadetect kita na mga sakuna na moabutay. So dili hawd sa iba ng mga country na before ma-detect nila ang isa ka, like let's say mga bagyo, mga linog. So before yon siya mo mahitabo is maka-prepare na sila daan. It's because of technology. So that is why need natin ang agreement sa other country. So may mitubuan mi nag-cause ng globalization. It's because na interconnectedness. So may ato dapat agreement kay para kung magkauno-uno, for example ang Pilipinas, so matabangan gid kita ng mga other countries. Then the second is the World Health Organization's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So technology played a critical role in coordinating global health responses, sharing information, and developing vaccines. So nang time ng COVID-19 pandemic, so ang technology gid ang grabe ka useful sa ato tanan kay dili kita makagawas, dili kita laong na mahibaw ni mga balita. So tungod sa technology, yung maka-access gapon kita mga information from the other country, from the WHO na may nagpahibaw kung ano himuon na para malisen ang sakit, para malikayan ang sakit mo. So amo sab ini ang himo na way ng World Health Organization na maka-access sa iba ng mga country na para matabangan sila and developing vaccines. So it's because tungod sa technology, mas madali ang pag-develop nila ng vaccine sa isa ka sakit or iton sa COVID-19 na pandemic, di ba? So ito na ako last na ako report. So I will let Miss Villamor to continue our report. Thank you.
So good day everyone. Before I proceed to my discussion, let me first introduce myself. I am Danica Isophilia Moore and my topic is example of technology's influence on global governance. So one of the example of technologies that influence on global governance is the rise of global civil society networks. It means that online platforms have empowered citizens to engage in global governance issues and advocate for change. So one of the examples ng mga online platforms is mga social media, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, or other mga online portals na help to empowered kuno citizens to engage not just in our country, not just in different country, but globally. So labi na sa mga government issues. So, ang mga citizens nowadays is kuan na yaon, aware na sila sa mga panghitabunan ato government. So, by the help kuno nang yaon mga kuan technologies, mga social media, online portals, platforms nga na is gina-empowered nilang citizens na mo-engage sa global governance issues. Then next is challenges of technology in global governance. So one of the challenges ng technology in global governance is ang cyber attacks. So we all know that cyber attacks is the person or unknown person na gusto makakuha ng imo access, gusto maka-access ng imo informations, like nganhan na bitaw mo gawasan mga scammer, matingada kan ya zero balance na imo bank account. So may mga tao nagpaluyo ng ingana na trabaho cyber attacks. So, governments are increasingly vulnerable to cyber attacks, which can disrupt critical infrastructures, steal sensitive data, and undermine national security. This necessitates international cooperation to address cybersecurity threats and develop robust defenses. So, cyber attacks are deliberate attempts by individuals or groups to breach the information system of individuals, organizations, or government to steal, alter, damage, or disrupt data operations. So, types of cyber attack is, example, malware, phishing, denial of service, man in the middle. So, amunin mga unknown person na gusto kawaton or istilan imo identity labi na sa mga personal informations ing ana. So, ngana na mosulod mga scammers. So, how to prevent ang cyber attacks? Next is challenges of technology in global governance given privacy concerns. Ay, balik na yung sa cyber attacks. So, nga di sa cyber attacks, how to prevent cyber attacks. So, to prevent cyber attacks, if kita na mga citizens, dapat mindful kita sa atong mga actions. Labi na kung gusto nato magkuha ng mga accounts, private accounts, nga na personal informations, is dapat secured ug strongly ang ato mga password na ato butang para malikayan nato ang mga ingani na kuan kay mostly sa Philippines daghan gid cases ng ma-scam, matingada ka na mawalang ila bank accounts na gusto ma-access ang nila identity, ang ila informations. So, ayan na lang. Then privacy concerns. So nga di sa privacy concerns is one of the challenges gapon sa technology when it comes in global governance. Kaya the collection and use of personal data by governments raise concern about privacy and surveillance. Striking a balance between security and privacy is a complex challenge that required careful consideration of ethical and legal frameworks. So nga di sa privacy concerns, yung bitaw, di ba sa mga government, mostly sa mga organizations is nag-collect sila ng ato mga personal data like yung manarbaho kita. So involved na daan nga ang paghatag nato na nato personal data sa biodata ana. So ang organizations is walay ila karapatan na i-expose ang ato mga personal information without our consent. So kung may kuan ko na malabagyo na ingana, so possible na makasuhan ka or ma-complain ka, ma-filean ka ng case against Republic Act 10703, also known as Data Privacy Act of 2001 or 2012. So yaw ni ato balaod about nga kay grabe gid siya kako challenges. Then misinformations. So misinformation. Spread of misinformation. The internet and social media platforms have facilitated the rapid spread of misinformation, which can undermine trust in institutions and fuel political polarization. This poses a challenge to global governance as it can hinder effective policymaking and international cooperation. So, yung pagkanat bitaw ng mga false information, mga false context is maka-cause kuno siya or hinder kuno siya, yon hadlang kuno siya sa effective policy making in international cooperations ug maka-cause yan ng trust issues labi na sa government ana. So that's all for my part. Thank you.